the nominator has said, Honorable Mwilu will be responsive of the aspirations of Ugandans, and this he will do conduct oversight at committee level. Honorable Mwilu will cultivate a habit of budget discipline to ensure that funds are spent only on what they have been budgeted for. All members will be aware of what has been allocated to specific activities so that they can hold his leadership accountable. Dear members, Honorable Mwilu is a man of integrity. He's a man who does what he says should be done. I urge you all to see Honorable Mwilu Paul fit to be our speaker for the next parliament, this parliament, the 12th parliament. I submit.
Okay, let me have the nominated candidate to come step forward and state his consent according to the rules.
Your Excellency, the President, my Lord, the Chief Justice, honorable colleagues, I take the singular honor to accept the nomination for the chair of the Speaker of the Parliament of Uganda. I thank you.
Thank you so much. Is there any other nomination? Please nominate and continue to make the statement.
Your Excellency, the President, my Lord, the Chief Justice, my name is Okot Peter, Member of Parliament for Tochi, County Inomoro District. I rise under Rule 5, subsection 8 of the Parliamentary Rules of Procedure to move that the Honorable Norbert Mao, Member of Parliament for Laro Peche, do take the chair of this Parliament as the Speaker. My Lord, the Chief Justice, and honorable members, let me give a brief background and qualification of the Honorable Norbert Mao. Norbert Mao was born in 1967 to a mother from Isinjiro and a father from Gulu. He spent most of his formative years in Jinja and had most of his secondary education in the central region. That is why he is commonly referred to as Uganda made simple. My Lord, Norbert Mao had a humble childhood in Lacho and Buobo, where he benefited from the kindness of many. Some of them were total strangers. As a little boy, he had a goat, help on the farm, and worked as a cobbler, bicycle repairer, and as an apprentice to a tinsmith. His primary school then had no P7 class, but on account of his natural brilliance, he went on to do his primary leaving examination at Magwa Primary School, from where he moved on to Wairaka College for 2 years, and then went to Namiliango College, where he sat for both his O and A-level examination before joining Makerere University. His exceptional communication and interpersonal skills, leadership skills, were recognized early by his peers. While in primary school and even at secondary level, he participated in many debates and seminars where he excelled on account of the courage, clarity, and conviction with which he presented his case. At Makerere University, he was elected president of the Student Guild at a time when coming from northern Uganda carried a big stigma. He overcame that stigma and rallied students to champion a campaign against the World Bank-inspired policy, referred to as Structural Adjustment Program. But in reality, it required government in underdeveloped countries to drastically reduce spending on health, education, and livelihoods. The bywords of those policies was cost sharing. The fierce disagreement with the government led to a strike in which 2 students lost their lives and many were seriously injured when the police was deployed on campus on the 10th December 1990. One of those who was seriously injured was our own late Speaker Jacob Olanya. May his soul rest in peace. The Honorable Mao is ever a bridge builder and peacemaker. Norbert Mao, at just 23 years old at that time, reached out to State House and secured an appointment to meet President Museveni, who received a student delegation led by Mao to discuss how to balance other national priorities with the need to ensure access to higher education for students from poor families, the so-called needy students. That conversation laid the foundation for continued government sponsorship of students in universities alongside private sponsorship. Finally, my Lord the Chief Justice, Honorable Norbert Mao has education, experience, skills, and connection locally and internationally to unite this House to deal with crises of confidence facing the members, leaders, and the institutions of Parliament. Norbert Mao is a senior advocate of 32 years standing. He has an undergraduate law degree from Makerere University and a postgraduate diploma in legal practice from the Law Development Center. He has an associate Bachelor of Arts degree and a Master's of Arts degree in Development Studies from Uganda Matters University. He has a Master's of Dispute Resolution and a certificate in International Commercial Arbitration from Pepperdine University, USA. In addition, he was a 2003 World Fellow at Yale University, USA. My Lord, the Chief Justice, Norbert Mao is the President General of the Democratic Party and until recently, Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs in the government of Uganda. Having been appointed following a cooperation agreement between the National Resistance Movement and the Democratic Party. Norbert Mao believes in managing our differences through concessional democracy, where we use points of agreement as foothold to find consensus in areas of disagreement. The candidates I present to you will guarantee the privilege, immunities, and independence of the members of Parliament. There is no better prerequisite for guaranteeing the freedom of debate that representation and oversight demands.
You should be winding up.
Most of like, than having a presiding officer who does not have an overbearing or coercive influence on members and is himself not under the overbearing or coercive influence of anybody. Norbert Mao is a patriot and was a firebrand legislator in the 6th and 7th Parliament. Now returned to Parliament after voluntarily leaving it 20 years ago. He left Parliament and went to serve with the district as the district chair of Gulu District Local Government. That is why he is commonly referred to as Mr. Chairman. He worked alongside others to support the peace process that silenced the guns in the north, in northern Uganda, and laid the foundation for post-conflict reconstruction. God has preserved him through many life-threatening situations in order to serve the country he loves for such a time as this. As Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, he has been a champion of alternative dispute resolution, the protection of the intellectual property of the creative, and promoter of access to justice in collaboration with the judiciary. As the political head of the Ministry of Justice, he supported the completion of the new building housing many of the justice, law, and order institutions, saving government over 30 billion shillings annually in rent. Surely, he will quickly ensure the completion of the new parliamentary chambers so that we don't have to come to Kololo every time we have a grand sitting of Parliament. My Lord Chief Justice and honorable members, in conclusion, Honorable Mao, as the current chairman of the summit of the Inter-Party Organization for Dialogue, IPOD, understand what is at stake over the next 5 years and beyond. But at a deeper level, honorable members, Norbert Mao as a candidate for Speaker is not the issue. The issue is what is at stake as we elect the Speaker. And what is at stake is bigger than any candidate. The NRM has lived with Norbert Mao as Minister for Justice and Constitutional Affairs for 4 years. Surely, colleagues, NRM can live with Norbert Mao for 5 years as the Speaker. So let us rise above partisan alliance and embrace the gift of Norbert Mao to the NRM and Uganda. Don't ask why Mao, but ask why not Mao. My Lord Chief Justice and honorable member, I beg to move. Thank you very much.
Let me have the seconder. Please, you have 2 minutes. Don't use more than that.
Much obliged. My Lord, the Honorable Chief Justice and the honorable members, as per the Rule 5, Clause 9 of the Parliamentary Rules of Procedure, I, Patrick Okello Onguri, the Member of Parliament representing Aswa County in this 12th Parliament, rise on a motion to second the Honorable Norbert Mao to take the chair of this Parliament as the Speaker. I beg to move.
Thank you. The candidate, step forward to state your consent. Please note that as per the rules, you only state your consent to the nomination and nothing else.
Much obliged, my Lord. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, my Lord, the Chief Justice, the honorable members of Parliament, in as few words as it takes, I, Norbert Mao, Member of Parliament for Laro Peche, hereby consent to my nomination to take the chair as the Speaker. Thank you very much. May God bless you.
Any other nomination?
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, Your Lordship, the Chief Justice, colleagues, members of Parliament, I'm here on twofold. One, to close the nomination. Two, to move on a matter of procedure under Rule 17, Sub-Rule 1. My Lord, Office of the Speaker carries immense responsibilities, and the 11th Parliament has been alleged to have been the epicenter of corruption. Therefore, I move under Rule 17, Sub-Rule 1, causing for the suspension of Rule 5, Sub-Rule 3, and Rule 10, Sub-Rule 10, and to allow the nominated members to present their credentials, such that we are able to assess whether they meet the requisite governance qualities that can restore public trust in the institution of Parliament and to protect the gains so far achieved. My Lord, it is of imperative necessity that you allow this proposal and you suspend Rule 5, Sub-Rule 3, and Sub-Rule 10, and grant the nominated candidates 15 minutes to address the House, such that we are able to make informed decisions. My Lord, the right to be heard before a decision is made is constitutional. Even in the Bible, when Adam and Eve sinned in the Garden of Eden, God first called them to defend themselves before he passed judgment onto them. So today, we are going to make decision to elect Speaker of Parliament. It would be good for us to hear from them and we make an informed decision. Your Lordship, my name is Uchenn Geoffrey, Member of Parliament representing Kyoga North constituency in Amalata district. I beg to submit.
Let me first of all begin by overruling you. Sub-rule 3 you talk about actually prohibits campaigning by the members nominated. Secondly, Rule 10 only talks about consent. So can we then proceed? In view of the fact that more than one members have been nominated, I now announce the ballot will now be taken.
My Lord, I mentioned Rule 5, Sub-Rule 3, and Rule 5, Sub-Rule 10.
I've already made the ruling. I will not go back to it. No more procedure. Can we please close the nominations and proceed to take the ballot? So given that there is no any other candidate, I have 370 members present who are eligible to participate in the election. And in view of the fact that there is no more candidate, I close the nomination and I proceed to announce a ballot be taken in accordance with Rule 5, Sub-Rule 13. This election will be conducted beyond reproach. Therefore, for the sake of clarity and transparency, I wish to point out the following. Number one, everything will be done in the open, strictly in accordance with the rules. Two, the clerk will ascertain the number of honorable members present, and he has already done so. He tells me we have 370 members present. Each nominated candidate for the position of Speaker will designate an agent to come forward and witness the process of opening the ballot box to verify that the ballot box is empty. Ballot papers equivalent to the members present will be counted in the presence of the agent and put aside. When you, as the honorable member, arrives, you will be given one ballot paper in the presence of the designated agent. You will then go to the designated place to vote for your candidate. Suffice to mention is that the ballot papers are blank because nominations are conducted from here. However, I'm confident that each one of you knows how to read and write. You will write the name of the honorable member you are voting for Speaker in the blank space provided on the ballot paper. Therefore, thereafter followed the marked ballot paper and inserted to the ballot box in full view of everyone. Voting will be by secret ballot and there is no voting by proxy. So can I have the agents forward? I'm not allowing procedure. Can I have the agents forward? I'm not allowing procedure. Can we have the agents forward? I'm not allowing procedure. Can we have the agents forward? Agents of the candidates. That is the ballot box. As you can see, it is empty, as confirmed by the candidates. Let me call upon the clerk to Parliament to start calling the names for voting. No, we are going to use the register of all sworn-in members to call the names. But as at the time when I was talking, the number I had received was 370, so that should not be a problem. Yeah. So we shall use the register of members.
Ayo Joyce Makomo.
I suggest that save time, you read them in tens so that they line up, so that we don't spend time moving.
Ababiku Jessica, Abeja Susan Jolie, Abe Lilian, Abigaba Cuthbert Mirembe, Akamfua Topista, Achan Joyce Okeny, Acheng Jen Ruth Ochero, Achayo Juliet Lodu, Acheng Sandra. Achia Kathe, Achia Lokiru Gabriel, Achia Remigio, Achola Catherine, Achom Alobo Joan, Achom Alobo Joan, Achom Esther, Achom Esther, Achon Julius Boa, Achon Julius Boa, Achora Nancy Odonga, Achora Nancy Odonga, Adeke Ann Ebaju, Adeke Ann Ebaju, Adidwa Abdu, Adidwa Abdu. Adome Francis Lorica. Adome Francis Lorica. Ayeku Patrick. Ayeku Patrick. Agaba Gilbert. Agaba Gilbert. Agaba Peter. Agaba Peter. Aguti Sarah. Aguti Sarah. Ahewa Wilba Manyisa. Ahewa Wilba Manyisa. Aine Godfrey Kaguta. Aine Godfrey Kaguta. Agilo Maria Goret Elogu. Agilo Maria Goreti Elogu. Akelo Beatrice Akori. Akelo Beatrice Akori. Akelo Lucy. Akelo Lucy. Akelo Rose Lily. Akelo Rose Lily.
Ya TP West kando wa hati Jimmy Mumza ngoma zina nyemerire hano ya Chai Kololo ceremonial grounds kandi aho parliaments 12 yabasa kubaneshitama kubanifuno rusitama rero kubanza banyuma yo kuterebera byabo ebiro 13 okusebere 15 sabite yawere ando bwa hati babasa kubana bafuno rusitama rwabo kubanza orwaba rwebembirwe Chief Justice Zija ayabasa kubana usitama mukubana tezoburu rwa Sipiika uburyo n'ubugendo mission koko kura SAS bakusoma izina oyimukaho kubostami omubando ya 1010 obasa kubana ogendo mutenti utera karuru kawe tena bwanyuma bwiza kubana bamomba bisimbire hombo wa Sipiika twabasa bayinare babasa kubana bareta Jacob Oboth Boss MP wa Budama West okurwo mu Eastern Uganda abechi bina cyane babasa kubana bareta Honorable Paul Mill okurwo mu rubugiri kubasa kubana na yesembaho kandi Robert Mau okurwo mu DP nawe yabasa kuba nategwa yo kuba na yesembaho hamwe n'abandi kandi ubwo hati ekingero mission of Tera Karuru wanyuma akaruru kiza kubarwa kabase kubanika hayo tamanye kumanya no wasenga president wihanga yo kaguta Museveni na wasitamireho ariyo narebe kugendo misho kandi abanyishengero bari kurenga bisatu nsanzu babasa kubana bahika ku registeringa by the time Chief Justice obi anatandika futera karuru kuteza karuru kandi tekateka ngo abanyishengero kuri komburi bitanu something baza kuba bakiraha bwanyuma futera karuru ngasi bina something baza kuba banjiro mufutera karuru akariyo kagendo misho akariyo karonda ngasi nikorekero kuronda speaker wishengero orabe Speaker wa Parliament kandi bwabanyuma Speaker arondwe naza kuba nayebembera mu mfuteza karuru ka Deputy Speaker obwiki bina cyaye nare mu kibasize kubani kireta obiroroho Honorable Thomas Tayeba kurugo mu Ruhinda North wa abiraro na Honorable Anita Among kandi bwanyuma araterwa karuru kuba deputy amabizina gafuteka teko kuba gari mu rekano ningasi omukaruru kaba deputy ari Thomas Tayeba ari Honorable Asina Sinyakato hamwe n'abandi barabase kubona baretwa hapa bise kigegera misho bahatiya bamomba babiri bari bamemba parliament y'ikuminibere abashingira karona bo bari bakiraha ba ministers abanyisengero abamahe ahundu kugambira nabo bari aha abaronzere harimo abanyisengero ba workers harimo n'abanyisengero abandi bona base kubona bahika hapa bona basaka bahe teko byabo ningasi enteka yabo mufutera karuraka iwe n'umukomuntu waburizaho ustamini mani wori no teratere biteka teko byabo noronda noha okubasa kuba parliament ningasi member wa parliament wawo ningasi speaker wa parliament yawo yikuminibere ningasi member wa parliament yawo uwaterira karono enda terro muri aba bari aha basa kubana hayo kubani besimba ninga sini bahereza yo buziju bwabo te kubana bubaye ba speaker parliament bina kujango harimo Robert Mao arho Paul Romero arho japo Nelson Jacob Boss abasa kubana baheyo obwire bwabo basa kubana baterwa akaroro ko bwa speaker baza kusomiza ina kubanza ngo kubarahire kuruga ha paka hamwe busengero akusembaye jime muhumza nchibyo misho kandi nabanyuma bayiza kuteza akaroro ko bwa deputy speaker akongaza kubona gatezwa wararondo nga speaker wisengero soko basa kubantu kwisiyaho cyo nekira benshi ruga hano ya akasozi kororo jime muhumza nugo mazina utakaruga TV West
among Jane Francis Okili Angura Frederick, Angwej Colin, Anifa Wangirana, Anyakun Esther Davinia, Anyang Janet Hope, Anywa Rick Richard, Augon Silas, Awo Betty Ochan, Apollo Christine. Ariko Herbert Edmund Okworo, Arinaitwe Rwakajara Katambuka, Arinaitwe Geneva, Asera Stephen, Asimwe Amos, Asimwe Enos, Asimwe Florence Akiki, Atan Okia Moses, Atugonza Alan, Atuhoirire Arthur Kazora, Atukunda Rebecca Mbangizi, Atuto Jacinta, Atuto Jacinta, Atwijukire Boaz, Atwijukire Boaz, Atwijukire Dan Kimosho, Atwijukire Dan Kimosho, Atiang Stella, Atiang Stella, Auma Janet, Auma Janet, Auma Kenny, Auma Kenny, Auma Linda Agnes, Auma Linda Agnes, Avako Melissa Naima Gure, Avako Melissa Naima Gure, Avur Janet Pachuto, Avur Jane Pachuto, Award Betty Engola, Award Betty Engola. Ayagarachi Jamal, Ayagarachi Jamal, Ayepa Maiko, Ayepa Maiko, Ayo Janeth Febi Obol, Ayo Janeth Febi Obol, Ayume Charles, Ayume Charles, Batum Ben Koryang, Batum Ben Koryang, Vavanga Wilfred Erima, Vavanga Wilfred Erima, Babirie Kitio Sara, Babirie Kitio Sara, Babirie Mili Babaranda, Babirie Mili Babaranda, Babura Noel Kateike Matlida, Babura Noel Kateike Matlida, Bajire Agure Henry, Bajire Agure Henry, Bagore Ngobi John, Bagore Ngobi John. Baguma Speleza Muhenda, Baguma Spelanza Muhenda, Bahireira Silvia Tumwekwase, Bahireira Silvia Tumwekwase, Bakashava Christopher, Bakashava Christopher, Bakireke Namboze Betty, Bakireke Namboze Betty, Banya Emmanuel Natal, Banya Emmanuel Natal, Bariayanga Andrew Ajja. Bariayanga Andrew Ajja. Bariomonsi Chris. Bariomonsi Chris. Basajja Subi Nsereko Charles Kauma. Basajja Subi Nsereko Charles Kauma. Baseke Fred. Baseke Fred. Basajja Idi. Basajja Idi. Batuwa Timothy Lusara. Batuwa Timothy Lusara. Bazanya Matayo. Bazanya Matayo. Bebona Josephine Babungi. Bebona Josephine Babungi. Begira Samuel. Begira Samuel.
20 liters.
Begumisa Protazio. Begumisa Protazio. Vaira Emmanuel Wepuhuru. Vaira Emmanuel Wepuhuru. Bijirwa Nora Nyendoha. Bijirwa Nora Nyendoha. Vinji Patrick Nyanzi. Vinji Patrick Nyanzi. Virungi Anet. Virungi Anet. Caroline Nanyondo. Virungi Caroline Nanyondo. Visaso Abdu. Visaso Abdu. Bright Tom Amoti. Bright Tom Amoti. Ukenya Michael Iga. Byamukama Fred. Byamukama Rogers. Byanyima Nathan. Byevisho Sam. Byuma Oswald Des. Cadet Benjamin.
Shala Elma Capel. Shanda Bernadette Kodili. Shemonges William. Shemutai Phyllis. Sheutich Rufina. Dramviku Eric Sabiti. Drito Martin Andy. Driwaru Jennifer. Echodu David Calvin. Edakas Alfred Elalu Olale. Ediao Samuel. Edopu Peter Edeku. Ekoro Alex Irukan. Elem Leo. Emajud Peter Paul, Engola Sam, Aaron Tony, Etilu Margaret, Eunice Otuko Apio, Ezama Siraj Brahan. Fungaru Caps Hassan, Gasheja Shaka Stephen, Goire Moses, Gonyi David Robert, Guma David Gumisiriza, Javiera Fortunate, Ibaseret Josephine Gibbs. Ibrahim Aisu, Ikiriza Knight, Ilukol Emmanuel, Isamat Abraham, Isingoma Patrick Mwesigwa, Ismail Muhammad Lomwa, Itungu Sarah Masereka, Jalameso Fred, Joyo Harriet, Kabasa Balaba Bruce. Kabanda David, Kabanda Minsa Nabengo, Kabarokole Sarah, Kabasharida Naomi, Kawiye Chofa, Kadaga Rebecca Alitwala, Kafuzi Jackson Karugaba, Kaheru Vincent Freedom, Kahima Moses Mugabe, Kajrenj Finomja Wilson. Lubega Ismail Oza Joseph, Kalenzi Victor, Kalisa Jovrin Chomkama, Kambale Ferigo, Kampanya Abdul Swipe, Kamuntu Ephraim, Kanabi Jimmy, Chibuika, Kansime Anna, Kanushu Laura, Kanyesje Masi, Kapiagon Brian, Karisa John Bosco Loy, Karisa John Bosco Koi, Karim Musa, Karubanga Jacob Ateni, Karuhanga Gerald Kafureka, Karuhanga Gerald Kafureka, Kaseija Matia. Kasaja George Patrick, Kasigwa Gerald Vihemeiso, Kasidianganda Ali, Kasuka Ali Methusela, Kasule Ismail, Kateshumbwa Dixons, Katoko Sylvia Damba, Katushabe Doreen Birunji, Katushabe Ruth, Katusime Adrien. Katusime Annette Mujisha, Katusime Jovia, Kavuma Samuel, Kawalia Abubeka, Kayogera Yona, Kenan Opio, Kenza Agnes Shuma, Kalai Peace, Chibaju Charity Kamhanda, Chichoncho Katabazi Patrick. Kiria Grace Padi Wanzala, Kiza Andrew Namitego Kaluya, Kiza Kenneth Nyendwoha, Chikabi Edward, Chinalwa James, Chinobele Herbert Tom, Chinshaba Patience Nkunda, Chiruluta Yusuf Junior Nkeretani, Chirumira Hassan, Chirunji Annette Pamela. Kisa Stephen Bakubalwayo, Kisa Stephen Bakubalwayo, Chiseka Salim, Chitanywa Sowed, Kitty Peter, Kitiyo Patrick, Chiwanuka Abdallah, Chiwanuka Kefa, Chiwanuka Sulaiman, Chimba Emmanuel, Kionga WCB. Shiza Hakim Saula, Komakech Christopher, Komol Joseph Midi, Kugonza Emily, Kungu Samuel Bamuteze, Kutesa Mary Kamuli, Kutesa Patrick, Kuichwin Grace Freedom, Kwizera Eddie Wagahungu, Chambade Amelia Ann.
Charampe Rebecca, Charikunda Twina Mujuni, Cheyune Haruna Kasoro, Cheyune Ivan, Chogabirwe Jackie Muganda, Lakisa Mase Faith, Rwamwaka Catherine, Lanyero Christine Awany, Lenia Charity Kevin, Linda Irene, Lokap Peter Ken, Logose Sarah Annette, Loki John Baptist. Lokoru Albert, Lokoru Stevenson Yoyo, Lokba Emma, Lokwang Hilary, Lolem Mika Akasile, Loluku Fedil Logwe, Longoli Simon Peter, Mara Zahara Loirika, Mafavi Asha Navuro, Maganda Julius Wandera. Magogo Moses Hasim, Makumbi Henry Kamia, Malende Shamim, Malinga Isaac Maikut, Mamawi James, Mao Norbert, Mariam Seifa, Masava Karim, Masava Mohamud Mutenyo, Maseruka Robert. Rubega George Willie. Rubega George Willie. Lowila CD Oketayot. Lowila CD Oketayot. Lubowa Sebina Javira, Lugorovi Amos, Lugorovi Willie, Lugwar Benson, Luchamuzi David Karwanga, Lure Eria Eric, Luimbazi Narukora Elias, Luansasura Sara. Masiko Henry Moses, Masiko Henry Moses, Matembu Chris Wataka, Matovu Emmanuel Magora, Mawanda Michael Maranga, Mayanja Moses, Mbabazi Jacqueline, Balimbura Christopher Kibazanga Taban, Balimbura Christopher Kibazanga Taban, Meme Slivia, Migade Robert Dugwa, Mirembe Lydia Dafai. Modoi Isaac, Mande Julius Rood, Mpata Saleh, Mpindi Bumali, Mubangizi Dedan, Mudiobore Abed Nasa, Mudukoi Fred Oduchu, Mugabe Robert, Mugabe Muzale Martin Kisule, Mugenyi Joseph. Mujira James, Mugisa Margaret Muhanga, Muhenda Ronald, Muhoza Desire, Muhwezi Jim Katugugu, Mujungu Jennifer, Mujuni Asensio Mari, Mukaye Miriam, Muchibi Eliasa Serenjoji, Mukisa Robina Hope. Muremia Ismail Sowet, Murindwa David Simbwa, Musa Noah, Musanje Moses, Musazi Henry Ariganyira, Mushabe Rujochi Ruth, Musila John, Mwine Mpaka Rwamirama, Mwiru Paul, Nabaduka Annette, Musinguzi Patrick, Musinguzi Patrick, Musisi George, Mutasingwa Diana, Mutevi Bernard Mugoya, Mutego Ronald Anguja, Mutekanga Zadok, Mutonyi Rose Masava, Muyonjo Hussein, Muzaidi Kamis, Mwesigwa Mathias. Mweru Paul, Nabaduka Annette, Nabakoba Judith Nalule, Nabawanuka Sumaya, Nabanja Robina, Navirie Annette, Nabukenya Brenda, Naguja Judith, Najuma Sarah. Nakadama Rukia Isanga, Nakauchi Susan Nsambu, Nakazibwe Hope Grania, Nakasita Betty Mpongo, Nakai Julius Muntu, Naku Fiona, Naku Faith Loru, Nakwede Harriet, Naruima Betty Ethel, Namanya Viola.
Namara Dennis, Namatende Eunice, Namatovu Mastula, Nambazira Florence, Nambeshe John Baptist, Namboze Teddy, Namere Justin, Namubidu Rabsheja Margaret, Namuganza Pasis Princess, Namuju Sisi Dionysia, Namuju Sisi Dionysia. Namukuta Brenda, Namlondo Sarah, Namtawe Joanne, Nangoli Gerald, Nangoli Umar, Nankabira Anne Maria, Nankwanga Stella Maris, Nantongo Fortunate Rose, Nanzala Metrin, Nasolo Eugenia. Natumanya Flora, Natulinda Eliab, Nawe Molly Kamkama, Naevale Sylvia, Naziwa Margaret, Ndezi Alex, Nekesa Christine Situma, Ngabirano Charles, Ngompe Linus, Ninkusima John Paul. Nisima Evelyn, Nirinjimana James Ruji Kaberuka, Niyonsaba Alex, Nkrumah Roland, Nkunyinji Muwada, Namara Annette Oyes Vyamkama, Samba Patrick Oshabe, Segumire Muhammad Chibedi, Ntabazi Harriet, Ntale Sereko Madina. Nuria Hafsa Teko, Nyakato Asinans, Nyakato Dorothy, Nyamtoro Fiona, Nyeko Johnson Kezekia, Obiga Rose, Obong Peter Achuda, Obong Vincent Shedrick, Oboth Maxons Jacob, Ochan Patrick. Ochen Geoffrey, Ochai Maximus, Odongo Jeje Abubeka, Odwori John, Ofono Opondo Podel, Ogama Ali Ismail, Ogwal Joseph Jones, Ogwang Patrick Obura, Ogwang Peter, Ojara Martin Mapenduzi. Peter, Ojok Andrew Olanya, Okasai Sidronius Opolot, Okello Geoffrey Charles, Okello Patrick Onguti, Okecho George, Okecho John Francis, Okeyo Peter, Okia Joan Aniku, Okiding Sam.
Okot Boniface Henry, Okot Peter, Okoya John Calvin, Okulo Francis, Okumu Gabriel, Okwere David Becham, Okwi Constantine, Olanya Gilbert, Oleru Huda Abason, Omara Paul, Omoding Emmanuel, Onek Hilary Obalakwer, Onek Alit Amere Dennis, Ongaro Obote Clement Kenneth. Ongertho Emmanuel Joe, Ongom Patrick, Ongorok Richard, Ongu James, Onzima Fiona, Opio Samuel Achut, Opito Vincent, Opio Danish Geoffrey, Opolot Isiagi Patrick. Opolot Okolinga Simon Peter, Orgumiriza Enid Athaire, Orone Derek, Oriema Simon Peter Adom, Osoru Morin, Osia Solomon Alemu, Otafire Kahinda, Otim Bernard, Otim Gui Isaac Ismail, Otto Edward McMott. Otobar Wellborn Odia, Ouma Willie, Ower Richard Machika, Owino Nicholas Simon, Paka Peter Pex, Paparu Lilian Obial, Pedun Josephine, Rachmari Beatrice, Rugumayo Edison, Rugumayo Edison, Ruhindi Frederick. Ruteraho Lilian, Rwakojo Rubina Gureme, Rwamirama Bright Kanyantore, Rwashande Emmanuel, Sazi Godfrey, Nsange Jacqueline, Sebamara Richard, Sekabira Dennis, Sekindi Aisha, Senteza Richard. Shamje Tana, Sirwanyi Solomon, Sebuga Kimeze Brunado, Sekitoreko Robert, Semwanga Javira, Semwanga Joseph, Sentai Muhammad.
Senyonyi Joel Besekezi, Serukenya David, Serunjoji Hassan Muchibi, Sewagude Robert, Sewungu Joseph Gonzaga, Subi Chinyamatama Juliet K, Taban Ate Sharifa, Tayebwa Didas Kabumbuza, Tayebwa Thomas, Tebandeke Charles. Teira John, Tete Chelangat Evelyn, Tibiaze Peace, Tio William Taylor Oda, Tom Aliti Chandia, Tukahira James Vienjuru Hunter, Tumukunde Henry Kakurugu, Tumuramia Genensio, Tumusime John Bosco, Tumwebaze Frank Kajiji. Tumwebaze Mwine, Tumwesije Anthony, Tumwesije Elioda, Tujaikayo Kebirungi Mary Paula, Twala Fadil, Twesige Stephen, Twinamasko Onesimus, Twinomujuni Francis Kazini, Uhuru Nelson, Wako Joy Peggy. Wabusani Stephen Makwa, Waiswa Joel Azalwa, Wakabi Pius, Wakida Patrick Godfrey, Wakoli Godfrey Matembu, Waluswaka James, Waliomu Moses Muwanika, Wamakuyu Ignatius Mudimi, Wandera John Paul, Wandera Sadala. Wanyama Judas Tadeo, Wanyama Richard, Wanyenya Shafiga, Wanyoto Godfrey, Wanyoto Lydia Mutende, Wekomba Sarah Nambozo, Wembabazi Beatrice, Wokuri Geoffrey, Zake Francis, Zambali Blasio Mukasa, Zawede Victorious.
According to the list I've been following, I think the list is over. If there is any person whose name has not been read, you can step forward and be verified. Otherwise, I'm going to close the voting. if you know your name was not read or you came late, step forward for verification, and then you'll be allowed to vote. Otherwise, I'm about to close the voting.
Just a second.
Leon York Odiria. Among Anita Annette. Imana James Rugi Kaberuka. Okia Joan Aniku, Sanzi Godfrey, Sebamara Richard, Zawede Victorious,
Sebamala Richard.
James Mukaga, you are going to hold votes for Jacob Obosobos. Atuheire Doreen, you are going to hold votes for Honorable Mao Norbert. And Kasigia Ignatius, you are going to hold Jacob Obosobos, Honorable Mwir Paul, Obos Maxon, Obos Maxon, Obos Jacob, Jacob Obos, Obos Jacob Obos, Honorable Obos Obos, Obos Jacob, Jacob Obos, Jacob Maxon Obos, Jacob Maxon Obos,
Obos Honorable Mwiru Paul, Obos Jacob, Mwiru Paul, Jacob Obos, Jacob Obos, Jacob Obos, Honorable Obos Jacob, Mao Norbert, Jacob Obos, Jacob Obos, Obos Jacob, Mwiru Paul, Jacob Obos, Tayebwa, yes, spoiled, yeah. Obos, yeah, yes, yeah. Jacob Obos, Jacob Obos, Obos Maxon, Obos, Jacob Obos, Jacob, Honorable Jacob Obos, Jacob Obos, Jacob Obos, Norbert Mao, Jacob Obos, Jacob Obos, Jacob, Jacob Obos, Jacob, Jacob Obos, Jacob Obos, Paul Mwiru, Norbert Mao, Obos, Paul Mwiru, Jacob Obos, Jacob Obos, Jacob, Jacob Obos, Paul Mwiru.
Jacob Obos, Jacob Obos, Obos Obos, Jacob Obos, Jacob Obos, Jacob Obos, Paul Mwiru. Obos Jacob, Jacob Obos, Obos Jacob, Obos Jacob, Obos Jacob, Jacob Obos, Jacob Obos, Obos Obos, Obos Jacob, Obos Jacob, Obos, Obos Jacob, Obos Jacob, Obos Jacob, Obos, Jacob Obos, Obos Jacob, Obos Jacob, Obos Jacob, Obos Jacob, Obos Jacob, Jacob Obos, Jacob Obos, Jacob Obos, Jacob Obos, Jacob Obos, Mao Norbert, Obos Obos, Obos Obos, Obos Jacob, Obos Obos, Obos Obos, Obos Obos, Paul Mwiru. Maxon Obos, Jacob Obos, Jacob Obos, Tayebwa Thomas. Spoiled vote. Obos Jacob, Obos Jacob, Obos Jacob, Obos, Jacob Maxon Obos, Mwiru, Mwiru Paulo, Obos Obos, Obos Jacob, Obos Jacob, Jacob Obos, Paul Mwiru, Jacob Obos, Obos Jacob, Jacob Obos, Obos Obos, Obos, Jacob Obos, Jacob Obos, Obos Jacob, Obos Obos Jacob. So, Honorable Jacob Obos, 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 Jacob Obos,
Oboss Jacobo, Oboss Jacobo, Oboss Jacobo, Oboss Jacobo, Oboss Jacobo, Oboss Jacobo, Jacobo Boss. Oboss Jacobo, Oboss Jacobo, Oboss Jacobo, Oboss Jacob, Oboss, Oboss, Paul Mwiru, Jacob Oboss, Paul Mwiru, Jacob Oboss, 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 Paul Mwiru, Oboss, 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 Norbert Mao, Jacob Oboss, Jacob Oboss, Paul Mwiru, Jacob Oboss, Oboss.
The West live kuruga Kololo Orushutamo Rwa Paramenti 12 eriyo negendo mission no kutera karuru ko bwa speaker kandi obwa hati okutera karuru kaha bari mu kubara karuru bitu Jacob Oboss w'ekibina cya NRM wakyebembere Paul Mwiru agarukaho Norbert Mao w'ekibina cya DP obwa hati inyine honorable Honorable Minister Frank tumwebaze reka tugambire ntekateka yena no kutera karuru kwabo kw'ekibina cya NRM bo bakikozere batakoreka ngo so far bo bakyebembere honorable live at TV West.
Yebara mnonga ba TV West abakutureba twashemera mnonga ka NRM kureba ngo twikirize ina candidate wetu wa speaker na wa deputy speaker kandi kuko ryo no hurra akarunu kagendaje kana ashemerwa nyondi umuhaba na sekenda wa Oboss kukushema umuntu yasinga no baratakarangirira no shemeru ecyo nicyo reka ngo kibina tukinamani ntwatanisa kandi tugambira karumu agete ngo gakora ki ngo gatifu
bone kibina kibe kini ba candidates bingi musazire make kugira ngo mubihe musigaze mba candidates babiri sofa
no kuganira ukashobora abantu mwena tumukaza mu ntebemo kasitana ekibina kiba kine bigenderwa bikushana ni nko mpira mwena mukaba bagora kipa nimbana muhagera team emwe kunga gora kipa muri hamwogo omwe kandi chikoma sangora kipogo nowe mwahiza kusinga no bakusingiza munonga nemwa nangwa nabakwaniriza nabahagizi nabone baba basingura politics ebibina ninkeze neza group ninkeza team cyo muntu omwe nyanya kimwe somwene cyo president wetu atwina atwegesa kandi cyo abantu abenge bashazere mbakagira ngo katwerekere omukwatsi w'ebendera omwe agenda tukwatere bendera ngo kutukwate bendera omashaza okutukwate bendera district neitwa turonzira omukwatsi w'ebendera
Parliament 12 no girebo tiwe eine Oboss hamwe na taiba tumatsaiba babarabire munka kora hamwe
neija kubaje erimo abana bato bengi erimo abantu bashomere kandi hati Parliament oba eyanga obekiriza eine kurre by'abantu bakwenda abantu baterera karuru obuhereza bwabo wotabandize mesho tubakugarrayo ecyo cyandikira buri mwana akimanya mwenyo nkanye nabandi Parliament ege eine kuba Parliament erukora nshonga z'abantu wota otebembereze enshonga z'abantu budgeting omukurwana soburu rwenguzi omukurebuza tukakora obwanyampara burungi haba kore emirimo ya government ntubata kuyamba abantu bitu kandi ntubata kubahereza mwebare
babari mulonga honorable Frank tumwebaze honorable Sewungu kuruga Kawungu kuruga Kalungu iwente kateka yawe ngaba kibina cha opposition mwine candidate one so far akirindinye no bururu buke munonga
ino bururu kandi omanyengu itwe turesere candidate kugira ngo NRM kandi tekateka neza kuraba ho straight etina aba kugesimbaho nureba hariya ba NRM Secretary General Election Commissioner Dombo bona badyaho konkati bayisira bande bibindi ba Secretary General tingu manya besira
wa fine nyiraho tukureba baba ya ensonga ya rwachi batanya
tibatweta abite babeta konka ekikuru kirinti kugumana turebangu nituramba MP ba speakers ho kutukwenda tikikire manyata ba NRM tibari independent mu magara gabo tibari bo babaragira ati bijaha ko muserekare chapa mugu mugusa wa mugu pande nibe bakora abo kureba na Frank tumirazo guyaruga ati ngu yasemba konka his conscious tiyeye ne yageno Museveni nicyo kureba ngo nabasibiraha izo baryo na konka bakubatuza nitwa opposition avuga ko twatamu candidate tibara mu unopposed icyo kintu cyetegereza konka nyewe kintu cyukuru cyo ngamba ba MPs nibagambe ibintu bingi bakurondo bururu nibagina amagura amasuta agayikire first class kanko abayeza kujwara abayeza kurayira hati batandika kuba commanding babiyaho brain zone abazitwara
imwe mukuru hakugumana mweta candidate nasingwa
na hati ware batwine over 70 votes niza kuterengoma mpaka bwashesha abukwanta twasingire
mwihayo bururu bukurenganshanga ahari aba MP
bona bari hari moti abenare bona bari hari moti na Museveni arahana bareba nagira ati abandi ati bajyasi nagambe kindi nantaronzirogu tinkabona bwa minister
parliament ya 12 nogire boti imwe kureka NRM yabaretera
parliament ya state of parliament ne tandikiro muri structuring baba takoze structuring hariwo problem and the challenges impangu konkara arabe muwe nararabe he must act independently as a speaker of parliament
bagirango parliament yes ne ibintu cyane China rem kungabinja bakucira kufuna mu travels ku rugero billion birejo mu parliament we nabo opposition baganyirwe
tibina makuru ebyo manyati na travels mu kugamba tiziriyo iwe no gumanoza hero tina makuru bakutwarayo Parliament ine systems zayo yabari crack wa committee education ni wakumanya emiringo songa mpango sishome kwanza twara he konkicho kubanza ndiyo mu committee education ntakurambura institutions zo mu ihanga ntakuzambarara kureba education systems kutambura ambasho gwa kuombeka nimba ni ikora cyo mu parliament niyo bikuru oversight function kimanyisa kuza omuyihanga Orwa Parliament muze murambure projects za government mu criticizing ebikino mumisho otagene yashoza report nimutwa kugenda muri bibi yagambire aza bakabikora ngati babikozira konka hata aba NRM no bareba bona bati batushadira mu speaker naba ari impasho obitwara arabe mu mwiru naza kuraba natwa kuba impasho yahinduka yakora side emwe na nyine mu rugaho yaba honorable both yaraba natwa kuba ari impasho ashitamira mu ntebe ye hariya twenda tukumwereze shitinisa ngahati noreba niyo niza kumuvinga motion nitwenda amahe abajasi amaje abaserikali batano baguma bashitama opposition abaserikali batano bashitama NRM abakuba boti bine
opposition ina abaserikali
amahe agabajasi they attend in parliament batano bataka kushitama nitwe am opposition batano bashitama mu NRM kandi baguma baterere side yitu hati baza baterera kuriya
honorable government and sharing opposition ne leta ba shadow minister na government leta ba tokurangwa no blaming government kugira ngo netita chirize kandi ubu ni mu checks and balances we know buchiko mu kwebembera mu parliament
opposition in alternative government wa kugira government eri mu kurinda ito twareta issues zitu amakuru gazo ni state kuzikiriza is integrating no jiko twatwine ya mama mbabaza ari prime minister akana huramu nago twantugamba agaruka tugarukemu then a solutions is to create that's how the country should move
Baba mnonga ogo yabarone bose wungo kurwo mu kibina cya ANUP kandi nawe nakugira ngo aine byakwenda ku parliament 12 ejire byakorana no kwera yebembere okubaroka ruru kukiriyo kugendo misho sofa obururu nuboreka ngo ningase kiruho wa hati icyoreka Jacob both kwayebembire bagenzi be barumpa Oromiro w'ikibina cya ANUP no Batmau Nwa bebembire kandi obusawa yo na teka almost 90% eziro chances kugira ngo naza kurangirwa nka speaker jeme muhumuzando ha parliament kubasa kubani kwisa buri kimwe cyona ekirabe nikigendo misho kandi nabwanyuma speaker arondwe naza kubasa kuba nateza akaruru ka deputy akarubu Thomas Tayeba w'ikibina cya NRM akwatira ebendera kandi nibaza kongeraho n'abandi abibi n'ibindi babase kuba mbarita abantu babara bina nominated we bari mnonga Oguma TV West.
Obos Norbert Mao. Obos Mwiru Paul. Obos Jacob Obos. Paul Mwiru. Obos Paul Mwiru. Paul Mwiru. Jacob Obos, and finally Jacob Obos. We are going now to count the votes obtained by each candidate, starting with spoiled votes.
One, 2, and 3.
3 spoiled votes. I shall invite the clerk with Honorable Norbert Mao's votes to count one by one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Paulo Mwiru 1, Paulo Mwiru 2, Paulo Mwiru 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60.
Order in the House. Order in the House.
We shall count the votes for Honorable Jacobo Obos.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 64, 63, 64, 65, 67, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 120. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 130. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 140, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 150, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 160, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 170, 71, 72, 73, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 200. 201 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9, 210. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 220. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 130, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 240, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 250, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 260, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 270, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 280, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 290, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 300. And 1, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 310. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 320. And 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 330, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 340, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 350, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 360, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 370, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 380, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 390, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 400. 401 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9, 410. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 420, and 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 430, and 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 441.
Order in the House. Declaration of the Speaker by His Lordship the Chief Justice. Under Rule 14H of the rules of this House, where two or more persons are nominated for the office of Speaker, the person who receives the majority of the votes of all members present and voting shall be declared Speaker. So I now proceed to read the total number of votes polled and those polled by each candidate. The total number of ballot papers contained in the ballot box were 519. Total number of members who have abstained from voting, I have 0. Spoiled ballot papers, there are 3. Honorable Oboth Maxon Jacob polled 441 votes. Honorable Mwiru polled 60 votes. Honorable Mao Nobat polled 15 votes. I therefore declare Honorable Oboth Maxon Jacob, who has obtained the highest number of 441 votes cast, as the Speaker-elect of the 12th Parliament.
Administration of oath to the Speaker-elect.
I call upon the duly elected member as Speaker of Parliament to step forward for administration of the oath.
Distinguished guests, and all those who are following the events of today, what is happening now is the traditional dragging of the Speaker to take the oath. Those who have been following have noted that the Honorable Jacob Oboth has polled 441, which is a majority number of votes cast, and he is now being presented to His Excellency the President for the administration of the oath. According to the Constitution, Article 82:10, the oath of the Speaker will be administered by His Excellency the President. That is in accordance with Article 82:10 of the Constitution and the second schedule of the Oaths Act, Chapter 19 of the laws of Uganda.
Jacob, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will at all times well and truly serve the Republic of Uganda in the office of the Speaker, and that I will support and uphold the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda as by law established. So help me God.
So now that Honorable Jacob Maxon Oboth has taken the oath of the Speaker of Parliament, he is going to receive the instruments of power from His Excellency the President, starting with the mace. The mace is the traditional symbol of the authority of Parliament, the authority of the Speaker of Parliament, and this will be handed over by His Excellency the President to the new Speaker of the 12th Parliament of the Republic of Uganda. The Speaker has received the mace. He has received the authority over Parliament. Next, he will be given the Uganda flag. Parliament is a custodian of the Uganda flag, and His Excellency, the President, shall hand over the Uganda flag to the new Speaker of Parliament. And after the flag, it will be the coat of arms. Parliament is a custodian of the coat of arms. This will be handed over. And immediately after, the Speaker will also receive the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda from His Excellency the President. After the Constitution, he will also receive a copy of the Rules of Procedure of Parliament. And the final instrument of power that the Speaker receives will be the Speaker's robes. And once he has received the robes, once he has been robed, then he is fully in the stead of the Right Honourable Speaker of the 12th Parliament of the Republic of Uganda. So the Speaker is being robed now. These are the ceremonial robes of the Right Honourable Speaker of the Parliament of Uganda. So at this moment, we can proudly say that the 12th Parliament of the Republic of Uganda has a new Speaker. Now shortly, the Right Honourable Speaker and his procession will officially be announced as they enter back in the House. So ladies and gentlemen, that is the procession of the Right Honourable Speaker of the 12th Parliament of Uganda, the Right Honourable Jacob Maxons Oboth. We now wait for the formal announcement.
Honourable members, Mr. Speaker.
Item number 12, communication from the Chair.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, also the Chairperson of the NRM Party and Commander-in-Chief of the UPDF, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, Your Lordship, the Chief Justice of the Republic of Uganda, Honorable Justice Dr. Flavian Seja, the Clerk of Parliament, Honorable Members of Parliament, all staff of Parliament, the media, all Ugandans near and far who are following these events. Ladies and gentlemen, I greet you all in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Your Excellency and honorable colleagues, allow me to start by thanking God for this great day that the Lord has made. It is one of those great moments in our nation's history only made possible by the Almighty God. Let me share with you two verses from the Holy Book. The first one is in Isaiah, drawn from Isaiah 60:22, which says, "When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen." The other is from the book of Habakkuk 2, verse 3, which says, "For the revelation awaits an appointed time. It speaks of the end and will not prove false. Though it linger, wait for it. It will certainly come and will not delay." I can testify before you all gathered here today that faithful and strategic patience has brought us this far, and we cannot thank God enough. I am therefore not standing before you today in this official speaker's regalia accidentally, but because God has made it all possible. For a boy who grew up in a rural village called Muafu in Tororo district, who hustled to attain better education, and today, right now, stands before you as the Speaker of the 12th Parliament, it could only be by divine grace. And to God be the glory. I wish to thank my NRM Party Chairman, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, for the confidence and trust he showed in my abilities since 2011. Honorable members, I thank you most sincerely for entrusting me today with the highest office of being your Speaker, which responsibility I receive with utmost humility and modesty. God has spoken to Uganda through you all, through the National Chairperson of NRM, through the NRM SEC, through the NRM Parliamentary Caucus, and through this Parliament. To those who may not have voted for me, I will be your Speaker too. I thank the voters, my voters of West Budama Central County in Tororo District, for sending me to the nation. I also want to thank the leadership and members of the Patriotic League of Uganda, a pressure group aligned to the NRM, for their support through this journey. Honorable members, the Speaker's chair is not a throne. It is a servant's post. My role now is to come before you to ensure that working together, the voices of the over 48 million Ugandans who send us here are heard, protected, and respected. Honorable colleagues, we are aware of what has been going through. I pledge a corruption-free parliament. Under my leadership, we will cultivate a culture of absolute integrity and zero tolerance to corruption, anchored in President Museveni's clarion call for corruption-free parliament in the next 5 years. Accountability begins with us. In the next 5 years, we will hold the executive and other government bodies accountable. But we must start with ourselves. As they say, charity begins at home. We cannot hide from accountability of government resources, yet we expect it from other agencies and departments. That will not work. 3, evidence and research-based debates. Under my leadership, the floor of Parliament will not be a theater for hearsay or grandstanding. Our debates must be grounded in hard facts, data, and sound research. We must be fair and objective to others as we play our oversight function. 4, a people-centered Parliament. Under our leadership, every bill, every motion, every decision must directly answer to the needs of the ordinary citizen. 5, result-based appropriation. Under my leadership, budgeting will no longer be an exercise in financial engineering and distortion. It will be a service-oriented, results-driven endeavor to deliver services to our people. 6, an open Parliament. During this term, let us appreciate that unobjective and ethical media are not our enemies, but the public's eye and ear. We must maintain a transparent, decent, and open Parliament. When we close our doors to the media, a negative perception is generated. If we are clean and doing a good job, why hide? I will encourage a professional and robust relationship with the press at all times in order to bridge the gap between the House and our people. And lastly, on that pillar, proactive oversight. Under my leadership, Your Excellency, the oversight function should not be a post-mortem. We need not wait for public funds to be lost. Our committees should be facilitated to work, to monitor, intercept, and protect resources in real time in order to propel every effort geared towards the tenfold growth. Honorable members, I invite you to embrace these 7 pillars to regain the public trust. As I conclude, I appeal to our technical team led by my senior brother and fellow land friend, Honorable Adolf Mwesije Kasaja, the Clerk of Parliament, for their support. I promise to treat each one of us with fairness as we embark on working hard to harness the public trust, but know that we will require some rapid, highly visible, and structural changes to be made. Your Excellency and honorable members, my final promise to you gathered here today and all Ugandans out there is that I start this new responsibility as Speaker. I will remain the same about both, not changed by the grandeur or majesty of a powerful office of the Speaker. Let us all serve the Parliament of the Republic of Uganda with humility, modesty, and dignity. Let us serve all Ugandans with respect and honor. I thank you. God bless you all, and may God bless the Republic of Uganda.
Election of Deputy Speaker.
Honorable members, we now wish to call for nominations for the office of Deputy Speaker.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, my Lord the Chief Justice, the Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members, my name is Dr. Eunice Otoko Apio, the Member of Parliament representing the great people of Oyam County North in Oyam District. Honorable Speaker, women do matter in the affairs of this country and at all levels of leadership. I therefore rise in accordance with Rule 6 of the Rules of Procedure of the Parliament of Uganda to move that the capable Honorable Sarah Guti, woman Member of Parliament for Dokolo District, do take the chair of this Parliament as Deputy Speaker of the 12th Parliament of Uganda. Mr. Speaker, the Honorable Sarah Guti is a committed legislator who has consistently demonstrated dedication to public service and parliamentary work. She holds a degree in social works and social administration, in addition to a number of postgraduate certificates reflecting her continued commitment to leadership and professional development. She possesses the integrity, the temperament, and ability required to serve this House diligently and fairly. Mr. Speaker, allow me emphatically note that as we have today elected a male Speaker, you, Right Honorable Speaker, it is important that this House now holds the principle of gender parity in its leadership. Electing Honorable Sarah Guti as Deputy Speaker would reinforce our commitment to inclusive representation and ensure that the leadership of Parliament reflects both men and women at the highest level. Mr. Speaker, Honorable Sarah affiliates with the Uganda People's Congress Party. Her candidature therefore speaks to the spirit of multi-party democracy and the importance of accommodating diverse political views and voices in the leadership of the House. Honorable Speaker, I therefore urge members, you honorable members, to support this motion and elect the Honorable Sarah Guti as Deputy Speaker of the 12th Parliament. I also now congratulate you, Right Honorable Speaker, upon your election to lead us in the House. I beg to move. Thank you.
Can we have the seconder? 2 minutes.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda. My name is Dr. Gilbert Olanya, the Member of Parliament representing Kilak South in Amuru District. Right Honorable Speaker, allow me to congratulate you upon being elected the Speaker of the 12th Parliament. I congratulate you. Right Honorable Speaker, allow me to second the nomination of Honorable Sarah Guti for the position of the Deputy Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, given the background of Honorable Sarah Guti, aware that she represents the people of Dokolo District. Dokolo is fond of voting for very objective women. You recall the late Honorable Cecilia Ogwal. She was representing Dokolo District. She was replaced by Honorable Sarah Guti. I am confident, given the fact that members of Parliament gave their mandate to the Speaker, who is a man. Since Ugandans, we believe in gender equality, I pray that the next Deputy Speaker shall be a lady, in the name of Honorable Sarah Guti. Right Honorable Speaker, you recall Honorable Sarah Guti, she's one of the most objective members of Parliament we have, very focused and very thorough. And she is not all that very luxurious. When given the mandate, she will never misappropriate the finances
of the Parliament of Uganda. She will not go for buying expensive cars. She will not go for buying expensive clothes. Right, Honourable Speaker, I promise you, you will never see the Rolls Royce in Uganda again when Honourable Sarah Guti given the mandate. Finally, Right, Honourable Speaker, as you gave me only 2 minutes, aware of what is going on in the Parliament as per now, I am very sure when you are in the chair, Sarah Guti is your deputy, the issue of corruption shall never be heard in the Parliament of Uganda again. You recall the money meant for committees and everything, I'm telling you, in the last Parliament, we really suffered. When committee wanted to do work, you are told money is over. Therefore, as the chairman for Park local government in the last Parliament, we did not enjoy our work at all. All our monies, we didn't know where the money was going. I am very confident when you are there, Sarah Guti is here, the Parliament of Uganda shall really work. Finally, to you honorable members of Parliament, this time we need Parliament who will be people's center, as stated by the Right Honourable Speaker. Let us vote for gender equality. Let us vote for the betterment of the Parliament of Uganda. With these few remarks, Right Honourable Speaker, I congratulate you once again, and I move that let Honourable Sarah Guti be voted the Deputy Speaker of the Parliament of the Republic of Uganda. I beg to move.
Just before I call another, if there is any other nomination, under our rules, and if we are to play by the rules, Rule 5, the relevant sub-rule 8 and 9. A member making a nomination shall move a motion that the name do take the chair of Deputy Speaker and shall give a brief statement. That brief statement is of the background and qualification of the nominee, but not to say what that person can be able to do. You speak about the person. That is the rule. Because going into what the person can do is actually offending other rules, that's campaigning. And so, can I call for another nomination, if there is? As another one comes, let's have the person nominated to consent. You never know if the other people conspired against her and she's not willing to consent to the nomination. Is Honorable Sarah there? The rules that applied to the Speaker's election applies to the Deputy Speaker specifically and generally.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, my Lord, the Chief Justice, Right Honourable Speaker, honourable members, and fellow Ugandans, I humbly accept my nomination for the Deputy Speaker, and I pledge fairness, integrity, and commitment to the Constitution in the service of all Ugandans. I say all this for God and my country.
Next nomination.
Now.
Right Honorable Speaker, I take honor to observe the protocol. In reference to Article 82 of the Constitution of Uganda, Rule 6 of our Rules of Procedure of Parliament, I hereby stand to move a motion to nominate Honorable Nyakato Asinas, Member of Parliament, Hoima City, for the position of Deputy Speakership of the 12th Parliament of Uganda, 2026-2031. I beg to nominate. Right Honorable Speaker, allow me give a brief statement to the nomination mentioned above. Honorable Nyakato Asinas is pure. She is holy. She is absolutely white. It is from this equitable background that I rise with profound honor and a deep sense of duty to second the nomination of a colleague, a patriotic, a nationalist, and a proven servant to this House. Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues, Honorable Nyakato Asinas, a woman member of Parliament, Hoima City, is a person fit to the office of high dignity in this country as Deputy Speaker of the Republic of Uganda. Honorable members, election defines institutions, but leadership defines legacy. Today this House has a chance to choose not just a unique presiding officer, but a custodian of its dignity, a defender of its independence, and a driver of its purpose. That personality is practically observed in the in the member of Parliament I'm nominating for Deputy Speakership. Members, allow me present to you a case of Honorable Nyakato Asinas, whose record speaks louder than any other factor as mentioned. Competence. Honorable Nyakato Asinas is a competence forged in experience. He is not a stranger to this House. This is a second time of her service in Parliament, with resilience as exhibited from the people of Hoima who have elected her to the second term of service to this House. She has a distinguished character. She's eloquent, resourceful, and of sound mind. Before she was elected as a member of Parliament, to hold this badge, she served as a policy analyst to this very House. She has served as a shadow minister for energy and mineral development, and also as a shadow minister for agriculture. The good Honorable Nyakato Asinas stands the atomy of Parliament, its rules, its commitment with the committees and its bottlenecks, not from theory, not even from service, but all considerations. Honorable Nyakato Asinas is a product of Kitara Secondary School and Mandela Secondary School, where he attained her certificate of education and higher and advanced certificate of education as she's a distinguished alumni of the Uganda Management Institute. Honorable Nyakato Asinas obtained a master's degree in public policy and governance from Uganda Management Institute and is now a candidate of PhD degree in the University of Cape Town. She is therefore not only learned but also fit for purpose. For so long, as a member of Parliament and as colleagues you can observe, our constituents have asked us for so long, what does this Parliament do for us? Honorable Nyakato Asinas is the answer to this simple question. Parliament must, but we are rather electing the Speaker of the members of Parliament in line with the interests of the people of Uganda. To my colleagues in NRM, You seek a deputy speaker who will protect the dignity of government business while defending the integrity of this house. Nyakato Asinas is a bridge. My brothers and sisters from the opposition, you seek a presiding officer who will guarantee you right to speak, to dissent, and to be heard without fear or favor or any other interference.
To Asinas for the deputyship of the 12th Parliament of Uganda. I have been in Parliament for long. I started from the 8th Parliament. This is my 5th term in Parliament. And I want to say that Honorable Asinas was one time also a policy analyst and who knows, maybe she will also be the Speaker of the 13th Parliament. So let us have Honorable Asinas. I want to say that Honorable Asinas is from Hoima City. She's a princess to Bunyoro Kitara Kingdom, born to Mr. and Mrs. Jovan Kamanda of Hoima City, people of humility and hard work.
Honorable Member,
she is rooted
your time is
in her community, yet national